Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between. Today's probably going to be the first time this is discussed on YouTube. If not, I'd be very surprised. But I'm going to talk about perceiving body language and reading body language whilst you're drunk, right? And this came to mind whilst experiencing that to a T. And I felt it was worthwhile sort of having a little discussion about when you learn how to read someone's body language, when you internalize how to read body language, when you get intoxicated, like, trust me, a fair few drinks in and beyond, you're still going to be accurately reading the non-verbal cues of other people, right? Arguably, you're gonna actually be a little more in tune about it all, because you're just gonna be so carefree from a social standpoint. Do you know when normally you might be a little bit more reserved, or generally speaking society is a little more reserved on their day to day, and then once they have so much alcohol they become a little looser and a little more free? That freedom in your social communication will really enhance, not blur, your observations of the people around you. When they're talking, you're not going to be so inclined to be like political with your eye contact and, you know, self-conscious and stuff. It'll eradicate half of that, and you'll be really good at observing the people around you. And the thing being, when the people around you are intoxicated as well, they start speaking particular truths they won't have normally. They start delving into conversations they won't do normally. They might even start, you know, acting in a particular manner that you haven't seen them do so before. So when identifying this body language, it adds this whole new air and perspective on what you're seeing before you. And I just speak this into reality right now because I've been there, experienced that, seen wacky behaviour, and even though I've been heavily under the influence, I've never been so turned on to seeing what I'm seeing before me, right? And don't get me wrong, as far as your verbal communication and so forth, you might be a little more vocal about it. I don't know how you get when you're drunk, but I get carefree, man. So when I'm talking, I'll be pretty clear about it. I'll say, do you know how you come across when you say that? And blah de blah de blah. I'll say, I don't believe you. Blah de blah de blah. That's a brief one. But I say that to say this. When you internalize the information and you see the patterns, it becomes a survival mechanism to never forget what you have seen, because it's a matter of life or death to understand the truth that comes from people. When you go to the gym and you perform an exercise, let's say the squat, yes? When you perform the squat so many times, it becomes so inbuilt into your muscle memory that you can never perform an incorrect squat again, because it's unnatural and dangerous for your body. You do not forget the unconscious assessment and correct analyzation of specific body language gestures and characteristics, no matter what state you're in, because your brain utilizes that information and identifies it as a form of survival, because communication and knowing who is around us is one of the top rules of our self-preservation, okay? That's some game. Click like and subscribe as I'm uploading every day, and with that being said, 2 links down in the description. One will take you through to the catalogue of body language, over 220 videos of how to read people through their subconscious behaviour. Second to that is the Patreon, where you'll join me in watching first dates. I'll break down the video footage of first dates. I'll break down the attraction body language, the repulsion body language. You'll see it manifest in the world wherever you are in this world, as it's hardwired us in us all. And come on, you know the rest. That's the real game. I'm signing out. Peace.